One Memorial Day, Susan Crawford and her horse, Play-Doh, went out for a ride in Mariotsville, Maryland. At first, everything seemed fine, until something spooked Play-Doh, causing him to buck, toss Susan off his back, and run away. With Play-Doh nowhere to be found, Susan was left frantic and alone. But she wasn't ready to give up just yet. After Play-Doh went missing, Susan and her community made an intense effort to recover him. In an interview, Susan said that she felt she was trapped in a nightmare. It was hard to understand how he could have vanished, she said, or that no one had seen him or found any of his tack. While the community desperately searched for Play-Doh, the Facebook page Where is Play-Doh? Was created to aid in their efforts by spreading the word about this animal in need. I tried to come to terms with the worst-case scenarios. He was hurt, he had been taken, he had been hit by a car, Susan said. Trying to face the worst helped me put those thoughts aside and focus on doing everything I could to find him. We had over 10,000 shares of Play-Doh's story, Susan said, adding that his story even appeared on the evening news, in local papers, and on various places around the internet. Hundreds of posters were hung, and the League of Maryland Horsemen, where we were staying, turned their campground into a base camp, she added. After almost 2 weeks into the search, Susan then received a phone call that changed her life. Hikers spotted little Play-Doh at the nearby Woodstock Inn, and they were trying to reunite him with his owner. When it was time for Play-Doh's return, the entire community was ready to celebrate his homecoming. After all of the energy, both physical and emotional, that had gone into the search, it should come as no surprise that they deserve this more than anything. Play-Doh's rescuers told Susan that he had been a bit skittish when they found him, and that his reins were tangled around some tree branches. He must have been absolutely terrified. The most important part, though, is that the horse was now as safe as can be. Now that Play-Doh was home, he was back to life as usual. Of course, Susan was beyond relieved and thankful that her precious pony was found. Susan advised anyone with a lost pet to post on social media immediately to get the word out. People need to see pictures of the animal to know what to look for, and the more people helping in the search, the greater the odds of finding them. Play-Doh was almost ready to return right back into his normal day-to-day routine. With a little more time spent resting and recovering, there was no doubt that he'd be back to his old self in no time. Share this lost horse's amazing story with your friends below.